welcome back to my channel for another interesting review. Thanks for watching. This time we have another Mittelfränkisches dunkles Spezialbier. This one is from Wolfshöher, Privatbrauerei, and it comes in this Euro bottle shape and it looks like this. It's called Altes Wolfshöher and it has a very nice looking label, in my opinion, one of my favorite labels actually. And you see the top cap here of Wolfshöher. Here's the top label, here's the main label, and I really like this color combination with green, red and yellow. Makes it looks really nice. You see Altes Wolfshöher, which is the name of this dunkles Spezialbier. I'm gonna read through the information on this label of course later on, but first some history of this brewery that I found on the brewer's website, which I'll link to in the description box below as always. The chronicle of the Wolfshöher Privatbrauerei. The history of the Wolfshöher private brewery begins with the purchase of some land on the brewery's current premises, the Wolfshöhe, at that time by the Wolf family. In the following years, a brick factory, residential building, and in 1872 a brewery were built on the site. As early as 1869, the family applied for permission to call the new settlement Wolfshöhe, which was approved by a royal solution. In 1882, Jean Weber, a beer brewer from Nuremberg, bought the Wolfshöhe brewery from the bankruptcy of the Wolf family. Jean Weber, who traveled widely from the Walz, which is Hamburg, Berlin, etc., acquired the brewery partly with the dowry of his wife Sophie for 30,000 gold marks, who came from a brewery family from Hilpoltstein. The remaining amount was loaned to him by Schneider, businessman whom he met in what was then the brewery tavern. Jean and Sophie had two children, Karl 1895 to 1959 and Fritz Weber 1889 to 1974. After Jean Weber's death in 1917, his wife Sophie ran the brewery. In 1917, the brewery tavern was closed due to the poor economic situation, and in 1921, Karl and Fritz Weber took over the brewery. The company name still bears his initials, KUF Weber. Fritz Weber was a master brewer and technical manager. His brother Karl Kaufmann. The brewery's output at that time was just under 9,000 hectoliters per year. 1 hectoliter is 100 liters. Also in 1921, the brewery in Brand was leased by Busch family, Circus Busch, and later acquired. In the Brand brewery, 3,000 hectoliters of beer were brewed a year. In 1938, a new office building was built, which today houses our brewery restaurant, the Wolfshöher Bräustübel. Karl's son, Friedel Weber, born 1919, who graduated as a brewery engineer in 1949, joined the brewery in 1950. Hans Weber, 1923 to 1995, also a master brewer, a son of Fritz Weber. The son died in the war, also joined the brewery in 1950. The brewer's output had increased to 21,000 hectoliters of beer. On fire, there were 4,000 hectoliters. In 1950s, the brewery was completely modernized and renovated. In 1959, delivered the brewery's 25 beer delivery horses for the last time. In 1956, the last Brander beer was brewed in the Brander brewery. From then on, it served as storage depot, which was maintained until 1969. In 1956, the first beer depot was set up in Nuremberg, Rosenthal at Laufer Schlagturm. A beer distribution point close to the customers was useful. Small mom-and-pop shops and bottled beer storages bought up beer from the depot in bottle or crates. In 1966, the beer depot was relocated to Laufamholz on a property owned by the brewery and operated until 1977. The reconstruction in the beverage trade and emergence of the beverage and supermarkets that buy crates of beer in large quantities made the depot superfluous. The customers now were supplied directly from Wolfshöhe. When most breweries switched from wooden to aluminium barrels in the end of 1970s, Friedel Weber showed foresight. Back then, he was the first brewery in northern Bavaria to introduce the extremely practical kegs, which are almost exclusively used in the brewing industry today. The annual beer output at that time was 36,000 hectoliters. Stefan Weber, Friedel Weber's son, joined the management team in the late 1980s and took over in 1991 when the brewery became his sole owner. Under his leadership, the Wolfshöher brewery became the first brewery in southern Germany to introduce the split beer crate, the so-called split bock, which is still used today in second generation. In 1984, after long negotiations, the Wolfshöhe brewery was taken over and incorporated into Wolfshöher production. Another brewery was taken over in 1995 with the Fröhlich brewery. When purchasing the Wolfshöhe brewery, Wolfshöhe also acquired delivery rights for the Annafest, which is well known in the region and is visited by many tourists from near and far. The specially brewed Annafest beer is still served punctually for the Annafest on the last weekend in July. Since the Wolfshöhe private brewery consistently refrained from using cans, it was able to benefit from the introduction of the can deposit. As a brewery that only uses products from the region, it is deeply rooted in the region and under the management of the Weber family is optimistic about the future. Today, Judith and Stefan Weber successfully run the family business in the fourth generation in the midst of court gardens in the foot of Rothenburg Fortress in Schneider. Wolfshöhe brews fine beer specialties true to the Bavarian Purity Law 1516. The Wolfshöhe brewery produces a variety of beer specialties that connoisseurs like to drink. A specialty is the Wolfshöhe Vollmond beer, which is brewed exclusively to the night of the full moon. This beer specialty appeared at the beer market in October 2009 with a completely new design in a male and female version. And about this specific one, we can read the following on the website. Malt, flowery, full-bodied, amber-colored, fiery and bright. Original wort, 13.4% alcohol content, volume percent 5.5% volume. Ingredient origin Hallertau and Habsburg aromatic hops from controlled cultivation. Barrique malt from Altmühltal, Franconia and Upper Palatinate regions. Pure spring water that is pumped from the 125th meter deep Wolfshöhe brewery fountain. And of course, I'm gonna also give you the information that I have in my books about Franconian brewers. For example, this one right here. And we have the Wolfshöher Privatbrauerei right here, as you can see, hopefully. And the information is founded 1875. Stefan Weber auf der Höhe. Ursprünglich hieß die kleine Ortschaft Wolfshöhe, wurde allerdings nach Gründung der Brauerei durch die Familie Wolf 1872 in Wolfshöhe umgetauft. Deren Ehre währte allerdings nur 10 Jahre nach dem Konkurs übernahm der Nürnberger Brauer Jean Weber. Er muss ein starkes Innovationsgen mitgebracht haben, denn in der Folge leitete die Wolfshöhe Brauerei immer wieder Pionierarbeit. Beispielsweise führte sie als erste Brauerei in Nordbayern die Kegfässer ein, ebenso wie den geteilten Bierkästen. Die cleveren Brauer sichert sich zudem durch die Übernahme des Brauhauses Forchheim das Annafest-Bier. Biersorten Wolfshöhe Urhell and many others. Der Klassiker Wolfshöhe Pils. And of course I'm gonna show you my other book as well about Franconian brewers, which is this one right here, as you mainly recognize, and we have Wolfshöhe Privatbrauerei right here, and it says Stefan Weber, aber hallo, besteht 1875, meist getrunken Hell und Pilz, Wolfshöhe Bräustüberl, 9 Kirchen am Sand. That's the information. And now over to the look of the label on this one, which is a really nice looking label, and as I said, it comes in this Euro bottle shape. Wolfshöhe Privatbrauerei 91233 9 Kirchen am Sand bei Schneider. Wolfshöhe DI, Alcohol Content 5.5, dunkles Spezialbier, echt fränkisch, nach altem Familienrezept seit 1872, gebraut mit Felskellwasser, nach dem bayerischen Einheitsgebot. Zutaten: Brauwasser, Gerstemalz, Röstmalz, Bier, Auszug, Hopfen. That's information. Site 1872, it says right here. So I hope you agree with me that it's a really nice look of this label with all the persons brewing their old traditional style. So let's open up this bottle of the Wolfshöher. Altes Wolfshöher Dunkles Spezialbier and pour it up into this for the beer style well-fitting glass in my opinion, and let's give it much foam just the way it should be, like that. Of course, much foam is important. It helps the right aromas to be unleashed, and it also shows it's a quality sign in my opinion with its big white foam crown. And the third good thing is that it's looking good, and the fourth good thing is that it helps the right flavor to be kept in the glass while you have this big white foam and keep it all the way through while you drink. It's very important. Look wise, it's very amber in color. I would say easy to see through, even though it's very amber. It's not unfiltered, or I mean it is filtered of course. So real nice look with this thick white foam crown, as you can see, and it's very amber color of it, quite what I was expected. So it's very interesting this far, I would say. Let's get the aromas. Yeah, easy to feel that it's a dunkel and not a Valentine colored lager in my opinion. The maltiness is quite dark, I would say. Yeah, dark roast maltiness, but really nice. Even to me, who is mainly used to more paler beers, this one is something that is really interesting for me to try. So not only because of the great looking label, but really catch my interest, as you can understand. Altes Wolfshöher Dunkles Spezialbier. I really hope that you can find this one because it's so great. The Wolfshöher, Altes Wolfshöher, really nice one. This is the way it should look, don't you agree? With a very big white foam crown rising up far above the edge of the glass, showing that it's a high quality one with very much foam head. There we have it, the Wolfshöher Privatbrauerei Altes Wolfshöher Dunkles Spezialbier. So let's give it a try. Prost. It's of course very great. Easy to feel that it's high quality dunkles in my opinion, with the dark maltiness, the roasted maltiness, but not smoked maltiness. It's typical Franconian dunkles, I would say, and all in all it gives a very nice impression. See, still thick one finger white foam crown that is keeping the right taste in the glass. That's of course really nice. So even if you are into dunkles or not, this is a big recommendation, and I hope you take a look of the brewer's website to find more about it, and hopefully he'll be able to give it a try also in the future, because it's really worth it. It's a very nice one, and of course they do have a lot of other beers as well, this brewery from Mittelfranken. Yeah, really great, really easy to drink. And of course, this is going to fit nice into my collection. This Euro bottle shape with a nice color combination and nice look of the main label, I would say. So it's a very great Dunkles, and a big recommendation, of course. Yep, that's it for now. That's the Wolfshöher, Altes Wolfshöhe, and as I used to say, hope you like my reviews, that you continue to follow my channel for more interesting Franconian beer reviews, and see you again in next Franconian beer review.